Francorchamps in beautiful Spa, Belgium. We are just getting underway. This is the replay of the Week 3 Group 4 series in Multi-21 racing community. Here we go, around the first corner. It looks like JJ's got into a little bit of a rear-ender with somebody up in front. I'm not sure who. That's taken a lot of people out wide, and he's taken a 2-second penalty for that. Oh! Gets a tank slapper going, and that's got Judicial going across the field, which causes a complete train wreck down into Eau Rouge. And yet everybody is pointed in the same direction and continuing on. Somehow, after that absolute goat cluster, somehow all the cars have managed to stay pointed in the same direction and are continuing to race. Okay, well that was quite a start. Let's move on up toward the front, even though all the fun seems to be happening in the back. We've got Celtic Flyer. Looks like he's coming through the bends here at, I'm not exactly sure where we are now. I'm going to have to get my bearings after the beginning there. We're going to have to go back and take a look at that. Oh my God. That was hilarious. Okay, so we got Celtic Flyer well out in front in his GTR. His yellow Coca-Cola GTR. I didn't know Coca-Cola had a banana flavor. We'll have to try that sometime. Followed closely by Craig in second position, also in a GTR. Some very splashy colors, I have to say. That's quite an impressive livery, Craig. In third place we have, and I'm going to try to pronounce it, I have Danish family, so I'm going to say Nubro. I'm going to call you Nubro, and I'm going to give you my apologies because I don't think Norwegians pronounce things the same way that the Danes do. In any case, I'm sure I'm getting it wrong, regardless of what language it is. So there's Nubro in his GTR again, in third position, followed by Bella in another GTR in his very confident checkered livery. Followed by King Racer in the Mustang, sporting the red and black of the Black Widow Spider. Behind him in another Mustang is, oh, and he fired. Who is that? King Racer goes into the pits. And Marky B follows behind him in the other Mustang in the black and red. And King Racer's in the Red Bull. Alright, well, we don't need to spend time in the pits. Let's see what's going on out in the race. Okay, Firewoodman is hot on Irvin's tail, and it looks like he's got around him in turn one. So as we go on down into Eau Rouge, we got Firewoodman and Irvin right on his pipes. Irvin takes that quite a bit tighter in the Porsche, but he is still not able to get around the Merc. Oh, Firewoodman just took a half-second penalty. Why he must have cut the corner at Radion. Anyway, here we go into the tight S's. Good close race here. I think we're going to have to move on, but this is a pretty good battle going on here for fifth. All right, let's see what's happening toward the front. We've got Bella holding down fourth position. Nubro. Oh, Nubro, Craig, and Celtic Flyer have got a good thing going here at the front. Looks like the three of them are very close indeed. Celtic Flyer has taken a half-second penalty probably for cutting a corner as well. It's pretty strict here at Spa. If you get inside the white line, it usually means bad things. All right. Let's see what happens when he takes his penalty. I think this should be an easy overtake for Craig. Here we go. Let's see what it looks like from inside Craig's car. He's taken his penalty, Celtic Flyer has. Craig's able to pick it up, but I think Celtic Flyer was able to hold on to that position somehow. Well done. Okay, coming into the bus stop, Celtic Flyer goes defensive. Takes it good and tight. I don't think he took it too tight. I don't see any red flags coming up. Nope, he gets out of the bus stop cleanly. Meantime, Gr4 not far behind. Let's take a look at the outside view here. Looking good. Got a nice tight race at the front. Let's see, it looks like we got quite a bit going on in the back here too. There's Spiffy with Sammy on his heels. And Irvin is kind of all by his lonesome out there in turn 1. Oh, we got a little battle going on in the back here between Falcon and Fire Woodman. Oh, Fire Woodman takes it nice and tight, but spins it out as he exits the turn, and Falcon's able to hold the position in that beautiful, shiny Joker livery he's got going on every week, which is just, gotta say, fantastic. There's Fire Woodman in the yellow Merc with the crazy fluorescent wheels. Come down the Kemmel straight. Fire Woodman gets into that slipstream. Makes the most of it off the back end of that NSX. Here he comes. Trying to get on the inside, make that move, and he does. Nice and tidy. Gets through those tight S's, and off they go. All right, let's see what's happening in the back with the King Racer and his Mustang. Oh, we got ourselves a horse race, folks. Yes, indeed. It looks like the two Mustangs were nose to tail. Coming down the Kemmel straight into the turns, and they are right on each other's blowers. Oh, yeah, good scrap. It doesn't seem to matter what position you're in when it comes to Multi-21. There's a race going on pretty much anywhere you look on the track. Yeah, keeping it nice and tight. Each one good and tidy around the corners. Taking good racing lines, each one. I don't know how they're doing it in American muscle cars, but somehow they are putting it together. Usually these things are much better for straight lines than they are for tight corners that you might find on a Formula One track. But thankfully this is just sim racing, and you can do just about anything in the virtual world. All right, that's a good little tete-a-tete happening. It looks like we have quite a close one going on up front, so let's move on there and see what's happening in Celtic Flyer's Banana Cola Mobile. He gets on up through Radillon, nice and neat. He might have cut that one off a little bit too closely, but I think it's okay there at Radillon to cross the white line. They're a little bit more forgiving since it's another dangerous corner in real life. All right, we've got Craig. Looks like he's lost a little bit of space to Celtic Flyer, and that's got Gr4 quite a bit closer than he was initially. But the three of them are very close indeed. So they come around that tight descending curve. Each one put down a good racing line, use every bit of the track. Very quick around this fast corner. Nobody picked up the turf, which is good because when that happens, usually bad things follow. All right. Let's see what's happening down the food chain here. We've got Sammy on Fire Woodman's tail. He was following Spiffy a little while ago, so something must have happened in between times. But the two of them are putting together a nice little battle. Meanwhile, Falcon's picked up a 2-second penalty for something. Manages to stay off the turf. Gets around the speedy corners. Followed closely by Justin. And his awesome Doctor Who companion livery. Oh, gets it wide, gets into a tank slapper with that Porsche. Manages to hold it together. I don't know how. He keeps moving right on. All right, what's happening with the ponies here in the back? Still close. Really making an excellent race out of it. The King Racer has managed to hold on to that position this whole time. I think we've been going at it for 2 laps now, and King Racer has not given up that position, but that may be about to change. Marky B is using every bit of that slipstream off that Mustang. And oh, King Racer takes it just a little bit wide. Is that going to be an opportunity for Marky? Probably not. Coming to the bus stop, not a good place to overtake, so Marky B thinks better of it, holds back just a tick. All right, here we come into turn 1. This is a very tight turn indeed. You really have to use your brakes at the right moment, or you could be in all kinds of trouble. Marky B gets a great exit. Takes the corner real tight and gets that position away finally from King Racer. Nice move. As they head on into Eau Rouge, let's see how well they can take this one here in those American monsters. Very nicely done. And given that King Racer's in dirty air, he managed to hold on to that really well. All right, this is a great race, but we better get up front and see what's happening here with our leaders. Another penalty for Celtic Flyer. Oh, buddy, you've got to watch those lines. And this time Craig is very close, and Craig takes the position as Celtic Flyer has to do his service to mankind. Well, doggone it, it was quite a lead that Celtic Flyer had built up, but he just couldn't manage to keep it tight enough in the corners, I guess. So Craig gets that position back. Well done, both drivers. Meantime, Nubro is holding his own back there in 3rd position. He seems to be inching ever closer to our leaders. Celtic Flyer wants that position back in the worst way. He takes that first turn very neatly. I think he got a little bit better exit than Craig did. And now he's right on his tail, using every bit of that slipstream. As they get into Eau Rouge, and very neatly around Radion. Fair play. And down the Kemmel Straight, we've got ourselves a little bit of a back and forth going on here. Let's see. We're not going to have any blocking, I hope. Nope. Nope. Craig's going defensive. Celtic Flyer's going to see if he can get the outside line and make it work. Doesn't quite make it happen. No over-under there. It's just too tight. It's a very difficult track to pass on. Oh, yeah. Craig manages to hold on to that position in spite of all the threats that Celtic Flyer was posing to his spot. Yeah, nice and tidy through. Oh, he takes the turf and around. Oh, into the barrier. Manages to hold on, but that gives Nubro the opportunity to snatch that position away from him. You catch that turf, and most of the time you are done for on this track. And it's very, very easy to do if you catch yourself out just a little bit too far. And unfortunately, that's what happened to Celtic Flyer. And that has changed the complexion of this race on lap 6. I'm sure he's none too pleased about that. But the front two must be ecstatic at the moment. Although probably not celebrating too much since we're not even halfway through the race yet. All right, Craig is comfortably in front. Nubro not far behind. Probably a good half to 3/4 of a second, and the same goes for Celtic Flyer. So it looks like we've got ourselves a pretty good spread going here between the top 4. Interestingly, the top 4, I don't know how interestingly, but the top 4 cars are all GTRs. And the top cars have all been GTRs in this series. Which makes me think I got the wrong car. That, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm driving a Volkswagen, and I think I'm in 8th position. No, 6th. Still, not great. Here's Fire Woodman in the Merc. Looks like we have a little bit closer racing toward the back. Craig and Celtic Flyer have gone in for tires. Both of them are getting rid of their softs. It'll be interesting to see what they go on. Oh, Fire Woodman gets it all kinds of wrong. Goes into the barrier and respawns on the track, but oh man, that was a nasty one. And picks up a penalty for his trouble. Oh, sorry about that. Fire Woodman. Okay, Fire Woodman is going to continue. Oh, he's going into the pits. Sammy's in the pits. Spiffy's in the pits. Bella's in the pits. Looks like this is the time for it. And Irvin on those somewhat old mediums. He's going to continue to see if he can nurse those tires along in that Porsche. Nubro in the GTR. His tires are getting a little bit knackered. Not too bad if he can just be careful on the corners. I think he might have a good lap left here to finish, but he's going to have to come in for fuel pretty soon. Meanwhile, Irvin in the Porsche is making nice, neat little tracks. Cutting through beautifully. A little bit of skidding going on. Those tires are getting a little bit sleepy. All right, here comes Craig on his brand new boots. Comes around that tight downhill very nicely, but very gingerly on his outlap. He's on cold tires. It's early morning here at Spa. You don't want to be overcooking it in those corners, especially when your tires are new. All right, here comes Celtic Flyer. Well out of the pits on some brand new mediums as well. And it looks like he's taking the corners much better now. Yes, very tidy indeed. Stayed off the turf this time. Well done. Let's see, what's Marky B up to? Oh, he is well into 5th position. I don't know what's happened to King Racer and the other pony car, but he has taken Bella's spot since everybody went into the pits. There's Bella, and King Racer is close on his heels. King Racer sporting that awesome Red Bull livery. Looking every bit the NASCAR driver. Meanwhile, Judicial in the Ferrari is holding on to 8th position. He's been pretty much mid-pack the whole race. I don't know if he's had any bad spins or not. He looks like he's hanging on pretty well. His times are mostly consistent. It looks like in lap 2 he had a little bit of trouble. He did pit on the first lap, as many of the drivers did. Oh, goes a little bit wide in that spot. Oh, overcooks it into the S's and off he goes. Oh my goodness. And respawns. Oh, it was in the bus stop. Yeah, easy place to overcook it. Oh my goodness. There's Spiffy holding down 9th position all by himself. Looks like he's been in for new tires as well. Went on softs this time. See if he can put together a decent lap. So far, they're not very consistent. Pretty big spread between most of his laps, so hopefully he can get it together on these soft tires. Meanwhile, Justin is putting in some variable lap times. He's got a few consistent laps there. Looks like his last 2 are as a result of him pitting. So, no telling there. He also pitted on lap 1 to get off of those hard tires, which could have been the source of all of that trouble after the first turn going into Eau Rouge. That's still after 8 laps. I can't stop thinking about that. That was unbelievable. How every single car could have been pointed in the right direction after that fracas is blowing my mind. Alright, what's Sammy up to in his GTR? He is right now the furthest GTR behind for some reason. Yeah, he's got a few bangs there on his quarter panel there, so he's had a few dust ups, it looks like. Nice livery, I have to say. Fire Woodman in the Merc. Looks like he's had a bit of trouble. He's got a couple of threes there, laps 6 and 7, so I'm going to guess that that probably was about something that may have gone wrong with his drive. Okay, somebody's off the track. Not sure who. We've got Irvin, who is in the pits. Getting some new tires. So that gives Newbro a chance to pick up third position. We got Celtic in second. Craig in first, but he just picked up a penalty. Probably another corner cutter. Again, easy to do here. Very easy to do. Alright, let's see if that accrues to the benefit of Celtic Flyer when he has to serve that penalty. It's going to be in a little while. Unfortunately, I can't see the gaps between the cars, so I'm not real sure how far apart they are. I think it's probably some kind of a glitch in Gran Turismo. No great surprise. Okay, so as we go through the descending curve, here are your race leaders. Craig about to take his penalty. Celtic Flyer not too far behind. Newbro not too far behind. And Markey in that pony car has managed to hold on to fourth position. Well done, sir. And on soft tires that are at this point almost vapor. Let's see how well he's able to hold it into this fast curve. This is a very easy one to get wrong. And he does have Bella close behind, and Bella is on very new softs. And he's also driving a car that's the class of the field, really. The GTR is the car to have in the series. But let's see what Markey can do. Let's see if he can hold on to it. This is one we want to keep our eyes on. Oh, good job. He stays off the turf. You do not want to be on that AstroTurf. I can't emphasize that enough. Bad things happen when you hit that AstroTurf. I mean, it's a Great Dane on a tile floor. As Bella just proves. That was a Great Dane on a tile floor, but I think it was wearing socks. All right, Markey's in the pit. He's done. He's going to get rid of those soft tires. Oh, okay. That gives King Racer a chance to pick up that position. Here comes Irvin close behind in that Porsche. Oh, we've got ourselves a nice little battle going on into turn one here. King Racer followed closely by Irvin, who was followed closely by Bella. Coming into Eau Rouge, he got a great exit. Picked up a good bit of space as he comes around Radion, but he is getting into a little bit of a tank slapper there. He managed to hold on. I don't know if that's a glitch in the software or if that was actually him getting loose, but it did not look good from our perspective. Oh, Bella doesn't overtake. Very nicely done. Let's see if he can keep it clean through the curves. Yep, he keeps it clean through the S's. Irvin's on his tail. I think he may be on, yes, he is on pretty new softs right now. He may still be trying to get those up to temperature. But Bella on the somewhat more dated tires probably has a bit more heat in them. Plus he's driving the GTR, which, best car. What can I say? All right, Irvin's in the slipstream. He's not going to have any of it. He wants to get that position back. Yes, he does. All right, around the big, wide, fast corner. Here comes Bella. Irvin in slipstream. Coming into the other set of S's. And right on him, nose to tail. This is a great spot for close racing. Not such a great place to overtake, but it's a great place to set one up. Especially as you get around this corner and on into Paul Frere. Alright, so the three of them are in Paul Frere. We got ourselves a slipstream train going on right here. Everybody's taking advantage of King Racer's toe in that big Mustang. Particularly Bella, who is right on his trumpets. Oh, Irvin off into the side, holds it together in the Porsche. I don't know how. That was excellent car control, but oh, he and King Racer get it all kinds of wrong in the bus stop. Brake far too late. Bella takes both of their positions from them, and he's comfortably into fourth place. All right, as we go into turn one, let's see what these guys can do. Irvin's taking a penalty for that little mess in the bus stop. Oh man, nicely done. That was a great camera angle coming through Radion there. All right, back to the Kimmel Straight. Bella comfortably ahead. We've got a nice bit of side-by-side action between King Racer in the Mustang and Irvin in the Porsche. Looks like this is going to be Irvin's to lose if he can make it around this last corner into the fast one. As we go to that downhill hairpin, and it looks like he's taken that one rather comfortably, if not easily. King Racer's looking for any opening he can find. All right, there's just a bit of separation now. Irvin's going to take a penalty that will probably be a benefit to King Racer. But let's go to the front here. It looks like we've got ourselves a little battle going on. Oh, we do. Between Craig and Newbro. More nose-to-tail action. Coming around this tricky corner in toward the bus stop. That's a very good place to get lost if you're going around too quickly, especially if your tires are a bit worn. They both get through the bus stop nice and tidy. Looks like Newbro has some somewhat older softs, or at least more worn softs than Craig does. Craig's on the mediums, which frankly are a very good tire for this track, at least I've found. Seems like the softs, well, you would think they would be much faster. At least in my case, they haven't been. I've not been impressed with the soft tires at this track. I think mediums are the way to go. The hard tires, you know, they'll last longer, but they feel awfully slick here, especially after a few hard laps. But yeah, the mediums seem to hang on and stick very well. All right. Newbro is playing it safe, making sure he gets around those tight corners in a tidy fashion. Doesn't want to get too far out and get caught out in that AstroTurf. Here it is. Into this downhill section, through this fast curve. And Craig was able to keep his car on the track in spite of touching that AstroTurf a little bit, so well done there. Meanwhile, it looks like Celtic Flyer is starting to make a play for it. He's already got the fastest lap. Let's see. He can see the cars in front of him. Yes, he can. given where they are on the track, I'm going to say probably about 3 seconds. Maybe a little bit less, maybe 2. But at the pace he's managing, he's pulling 229s, 230s. Cars in front. Oh, Nubro is just 228s. He's very consistent. Very consistent. And that's on the softs at the moment. Craig is not quite as consistent. He's putting down decent times, but Nubro is just at the moment in a class by himself as far as consistency. It's your bus stop. Very nicely. Craig goes out a little bit wide, hangs on to it. Celtic's coming through the bus stop now. Gets through nice and neat. A little bit of a slow exit, but not too bad. And he's going to pull 229. Good lap. But you look, you can see Nubro has another 228. It's like he just keeps putting 228s under his belt. Just as consistent as cornflakes. All right, on down to Eau Rouge. Let's see if he can make a play down the Kemmel Straight. If he can get in close enough to Craig here as he exits Radillon. And Craig is playing fair, playing by the rules. Good sport. Great side-by-side action. Let's go to the outside view here and see what happens in the first tight turn. And Craig holds on. Nicely done. Gets a terrific exit out of those tight S's. Coming down to the downhill. Keeping it real tight. Not quite as tight as he might like. Oh, he wants to come in hard on this one and come out fast. He's trying to set himself up for a very quick exit. And that gives him the benefit of taking the racing line, but still making it difficult for Nubro to get a nose in. So, great defense there by Craig. And for very good reason, because he is facing an extremely fast and consistent driver in Nubro. All right, Craig goes a little wide. He's wanting to take those. He's wanting to go into the corners wide out and then cut the apex tight to get that fast exit. Again, part of a solid defensive strategy. And one that must be very frustrating for Nubro. And there's Craig keeping it tight, but Nubro is coming around the outside into the bus stop. Definitely not going to pass there. He knows it. He holds back. Stays in the fray. Lives to fight another day. As Celtic Flyer makes it through the bus stop himself. We're coming into this tight turn 1. Let's see how... Oh, Nubro cuts it! I don't know what he was thinking there. Apparently frustration got the better of him. He really wanted to get that corner cut, do a little bit, but not a dive bomb, because it was fair play. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He just wanted to get his nose in there and see if he could get a quick exit. It was a bold move, but a costly one, because it definitely scratched a little bit of time off of his lap. I think, though, that Craig must have gone a little bit too wide coming out of the first turn, because it didn't seem to affect Nubro's position very much. He's still very close. Let's see if that's accrued to Celtic Flyer's benefit any. Let's see what his bumper view looks like. Alright, they still are pretty far away. Let's see what's going on back of the pack. I can tell by the track map that there are some pretty tight battles going on behind us here. So here's Irvin. Porsche with the raging Bart Simpson. And he is all by his lonesome. Let's see what Spiffy's up to. Nope, he's all by himself too. Just lonely little Sunday drive. How about Marky? Well, Marky's by himself too. I guess I must be mistaken. It looks like there is absolutely nothing going on at the back. There's Sammy all by himself. Firewoman in the Merc, just having a nice little Sunday drive as well. Trying to catch up with Sunshine Sammy. All right, I'll keep that on the track, buddy. There you go. All right, let's see what's happening in King Racer's pony car. Looks like he is on a brand new set of softs that have just come up to temperature. Not too slippy. Oh, we have something going on up in front. We got a wreck. Who spun? Oh, it was Celtic Flyer. I apologize for missing that, but he's in the pits. He's run out of fuel. It looks like he must have taken a little bit of a header into or out of the bus stop. Anyway, he's in the pits now. Looks like he'll be taking some medium tires. Meanwhile, the battle really is here at the front between Craig and Newbro. Oh, we got another little bit of action here at the back. Let's see what's happening here. It looks like we had a little bit of a bobble at the bus stop. Not unusual. To Craig. Really wants that position. You have to admire the patience. He's been at this for a long time. His tires are worn down to the treads, and or down to the threads, and still he's able to get past. Takes the lead on those old, worn-out tires, and somehow able to look fast. Now, he put down a 229 and a 230 on the last 2 laps. And if you look at the condition of those tires, that is very impressive. And that's not to take anything away from Craig. This is a heck of a drive. And he's putting down 228s, 229s, 230s. As neat as can be, and he's doing it on mediums. So well done on both parts. All right, we got Bella in third now. Now that Celtic Flyer has stopped for tires, and Bella is on reds himself. He may want to go in this time around. He has plenty of fuel, but those softs are knackered. They are done, especially the fronts. How about Irvin? How are we looking here? He's looking quite good. And again, son, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Like I said at the beginning, my family are Danish, and when I see an EY, I think So apologies if I'm destroying your name. Perhaps I should just call you Bart. That seems to be the most salient feature on your awesome livery. All right, back to the front here. Let's see, Bella comfortably in third position. Oh, we got ourselves a back marker here. Justin's in the back trying to make room. Oh, what'd you do? Oh, he's trying to get over, I think. But unfortunately, he got right into Craig's path. And Craig gives him a little flash like, what are you doing? Yeah, I think that was an attempt to honor the blue flags that just didn't go quite right. All right, so here's Irvin coming down to Eau Rouge. We got Craig and Newbro once again at the front, having a really, I hesitate to call it a battle, because it really looks like, well, you forgive me for saying it's like watching old people make love. It's just really, they're doing it very gingerly, let's say. Trying to nurse those tires back home. Craig is going to have to go in for fuel. I think Newbro is he's just going to want to go in for tires. He has plenty of fuel, but he's not going to be happy on those tires. Those fronts are done. He's just doing everything he can to hold it together in that poor car. comes Irvin on his rather worn softs into the fast curve. Takes it nicely. Manages to keep it together. Doesn't get into the green. Well done. Celtic Flyer's trying to put some time together. Looks like he is a bit flustered. He's on the hards now, but a 2:44 is not a great time for somebody who's as talented a driver as he is. So something must have happened that we missed. All right, Craig's in. He is going to throw away those old pieces of rubber band. That gives Gr4 a very comfortable lead in first, followed by Craig in second, still in the pit. Irvin coming through on his way to the bus stop. I'm sure he wants to get this position, but it looks like he really needs to come in right now. It would be a brave move indeed if he doesn't, and he is a brave man. I can't say enough for that. That was a solid move. Let's see how it pans out. I think we're going to have to keep an eye on your car. All right, here comes Craig out of the pits. Nicely done. Nobody behind him. So he's free to make his way out onto the track and down toward Eau Rouge. All right, how's Celtic Flyer doing? Looks like he got a little bit wide on turn 1 on those hard tires. So I think I was going to say the frustration continues, but he's got a 2:29.7, which is more than respectable on hard tires. That's a blazing time on hard tires. Well done. All right, we've got Bella also on hards that he's just put on. I think this is his first lap after his out lap, so he should have a little bit of temperature in those tires and see what he can do. All right, Celtic can do the first chicane. A little bit squealy, but nicely done. And he didn't pick up, I don't think he picked up any fuel. He's got, I think, just within the margin to get him for these last 3 laps. All right, so we've got Craig, Gr4 passing a back marker. There goes Fire Woodman. He doesn't want to give up that lap, but he's playing it fair and square. Well done. Somehow still able. He's still able to pass a back marker on those ancient tires. He's basically driving on smoke at the moment. I think you really want to come in here, and he does not. He's yet another brave soul. Well done, Gr4. He continues. And puts down a 2:30.9. Not bad considering the chewing gum that you have wrapped around your wheels. All right, here's Craig, well behind in second place. Irvin not too far behind, actually. It looks like he has a shot at that position, although his softs are looking pretty bad and he has no fuel. I believe this is going to be his turn to stop. Oh, Craig goes wide. What's he going to do? Now he's going to stay out. Craig's got newer tires. Yes, he's got new hards, so he's going to be fine. New hards and plenty of fuel. All right, 2 laps to go. Let's see what shakes out here. Let's see what our back marker's doing. Looks like Falcon is trying to make a play for 12th position on Sammy. He's on soft, so he should be able to make up a little bit of time, although, as I said earlier, I'm not very impressed with the soft tires in this track. I just don't think they give you that great an advantage here. There are too many fast straights and too many tight corners to make any really great time. The only advantage it might give you is to be able to pull fast out of a tight turn. But aside from that, oh, it keeps it on the track. Good job. All right, we're with Sammy in the GTR. Very gingerly around that tight downhill. I think he's still trying to get used to those hard tires. All right, we have Justin in the Porsche. Hello, Jenna Coleman. idolize you. All right, into Paul Frere, nice and tidy. Looking good on that controller. I still don't know how you do it. I'll never understand how anybody can drive these cars with sticks. Here we go, keeps it part of the outside, cuts it tight, stays neatly to the racing line, again with sticks. Nicely done. Alright, Firewoodman gets a little wobbly. Might go into a tank slapper. Alright, looks like we have a lot of separation, so let's get back to the front and see how our race leader's doing. He is in the pit. Looks like he's going to go. Let's say probably a new set of softs is what I'm guessing. He is comfortably, oh, there goes Sammy, sorry Sammy. He is comfortably within the pit delta, I think, to maintain his lead. But Craig's going to make it close. He's on brand new tires. They've just come up to temperature. He is just going to pull a 230 with his hard tires as he comes into turn 1. Let's see what can happen here. Let's see what he makes happen. So Newbro didn't pick up any fuel that I can see. Craig, while not hot on his trail, has hot tires. So if he can get through Eau Rouge and Radillon in fast fashion, he may be able to make a race out of this yet. Let's see. What are we on here? Okay, Newbro is also on hards, but this is his out lap. So he's on cold tires. He has a lot of tight corners to get through. And he's going to have to be very careful on these things. Because they're going to feel like they've been oiled at the moment. He's got a light load of fuel, so that should make him a bit better around the corners if the physics of GT7 are as good as they say they are. And still just taking it real easy around those curves. And we've got Craig, who just came around the same section, and looking a lot faster. Let's see what happens here in this last lap. This could get interesting. I hope it does. All right, let's go into race view. Newbro comfortably in the lead as he comes around to Paul Frere. Nice and tidy. The tires are definitely up to temperature at this point. He looks very fast now. Much more comfortable with those hard tires. And Craig, not terribly close. He's just not got the pace. Even though he is quick, he just doesn't have the pace that Newbro is able to put down, even on those tires, those cold tires, during his out lap. So here we go through the bus stop, toward the finish line. It's Newbro, got the flashers on in celebration. Well done. Newbro takes the race, followed by Craig in second position. Well done. Celtic Flyer's going to pick up third place. Well done as well. He managed to pull together a terrific race in spite of some difficulties. Here comes Bella, screaming through the corners. Wants to put on a good show for the fans. Oh, look at this. We've got ourselves a battle for 5 and 6 here between Irvin and Marky B, and Irvin's not going to pull it off. That half-second penalty, even without the spin, he's not going to pull it off because he's going to lose a second there. So wisely, Marky just stays behind. He knows what's about to transpire. So Marky will take 5th. Irvin will take 6th. Great race. King Racer comes across in his pony car in 7th. Spiffy brings the Grandpa Mobile in. Takes 8th position. Judicial in the 458. Screaming through the final straight. into the bus stop. Takes that Ferrari around and comes in ninth. What's happened back here with JJ? All right, Justin's getting through all right. Doesn't look like he's heading off. How about Fire? Whoa, Fire Woodman is just really struggling to keep that thing on track. And Sammy looks like he's gotten out of his car. Falcon's still driving. Still pushing away. And we got Fire Woodman. He wants to take that 11th position. Justin comes home. Picks up 10th. A nice 2:32. Good lap. Put down a couple of really good laps there at the end. All right, Fire Woodman. He's just going to wobble his way into home. Still, well done. I don't know how you were able to keep that Merc on track. I could never drive that car. But you come through just sounding awesome. Good drive. Good drive all the way around. I just don't know how you drive that car. Honestly, Fire Woodman. Keep it up. That's all I got to say. All right. Well, that was fun. And I think here at the end, in the interest of even more fun, we should really go back to lap 1. Well, let's take a look at what happened from the perspective of our dear Justin. Let's get into the chase cam and see just what happens here. All right, looks like Justin is wanting to get his nose into the corner here. That's a good place to make up positions, and he gets into the back of King Racer. Looks like it causes a slight chain reaction. Picks up 2 seconds in penalties, unfortunately. And he gets into a tank slapper, which causes a chain reaction. And again, everyone manages to get through. Oh, man. Everyone manages to get through pointing straight. Unbelievable. I think we need to watch that again. That was just too good. Okay, tank slapper, spin out, crosses the track. Sammy crosses the track. Spiffy goes into the barrier. Side swipes Irvin. Oh, that was special. All right, boys and girls. Well, that was fun. Appreciate you putting up with me for the last hour. You all have a great evening. Bye-bye.